Hello, welcome. Nice to have you here. Nice to be back. Hope you've had a exciting week. I have. So, how did you do this week? I'm kind of asking that as a general question because we did a lot in the last session and we're going to do a lot in this session. So first, let me say welcome to, there's quite a few people who are new here. So nice to have you here. So where we're going to play today is in creation. And so for those of you who are new, you may hear words you've never heard. You may hear references that you aren't sure of. No big deal. Just simply kind of sit in the energy. We'll kind of explain it as clearly as possible. There is a lot of light coming into this space, into your space, into your awareness. And the light is, as we've said numbers of times, is really kind of dissipating the shadows. Shadows not being a good or bad thing, shadows just simply being something that hides or has prevented from being seen other constructs of your awareness. And so this space that we're playing in right now is starting to evolve in such a way that a lot is beginning to be noticed. And one of the aspects of what we're watching is if everybody can begin to be quiet, present, aware, focused, in a manner of speaking. Let me use the word managed, not controlled, managed, and begin to find a point of singularity where you take a breath and say, this is who I am, and how do I wish to enter into my day, week, month, life, and engage with it in such a way that I can have joy and experience and create what I wish to create. One of the things that is being watched is in the light as we step kind of into this new frame of reference, new field of awareness, let's call it that. There are lots of choices. There is infinite possibilities and presentations that are being observed. And a lot of that is fascinating, and it has really nothing to do with you yet, or maybe even ever. It's like going to a massive amusement park and seeing the roller coaster, but that's not your thing, but it's interesting. And so you give attention to it, but you're not going to ride on that roller coaster, possibly. So much is being presented, but right now the real question is we're moving from kind of point A, 3D, to point B, a octave of consciousness, awareness, and expansion that's really doesn't have any definition. So we kind of label it 5D for purpose of creating a label, in a manner of speaking. But in that space, there is a massive amount of things to play in. And depending on how you wish to play in it, there are aspects of you that you have available that, if managed, if nurtured, if recognized, you're going to start to find that playing in this new field of light is going to be really kind of a kick in the butt, a lot of fun. Some of those things are words you've heard before. Some of those words you've experienced before. Things like clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathy, transmediumship, narrowband telepathy, broadband telepathy. What is that? Well, in the 3D world, you get glimpses, you have premonitions, you have intuitions. But for the most part, the mom, dad, teacher, minister said, no, knock that stuff off. We don't do that. And yet you've all had that forever. In this space that we're about to step into, as each one of us begins to be managed, quiet, ability to observe and then choose and have these skill sets engaged, you're going to begin to discern between all the excitement out there, but the excitement that I want to play in is right over there. And so you go play over there. So would you take a breath and let me ask you, how have you arrived here today? Oh, I don't mean car, bus, train. I mean, in this moment, where are you in relationship to you? Are you still in the thoughts of the morning, day, afternoon? Are you in tomorrow? Or are you here? Now, I'm going to kind of focus on here more so today, because as this shadow begins to dissipate, and in this last week, a lot of things have changed. It's hard to define how to explain that. But there's a lot of movement. In my observation, it's almost like we're all creating this huge symphony. And the pieces are starting to come together, and the sounds are starting to resonate as pleasantness. Well, except for the guy over there with the xylophone. Not so much yet. He's coming around, but not so much yet. So all these pieces are coming into play, and there's an excitement in the attention point. And so part of the task, I believe, here is, can we begin to hold our attention on that point of excitement, enjoy it, live it, and use it, and experience it? And so where we're playing right here, ParkBench, the purpose of the ParkBench is very specific: to create a new realm of consciousness. I've said it over and over. That's why we're here. But in the process of creating that new realm of consciousness, we brought a number of components into the awareness. Components is, you are the creator and you are the creation. So what is it you would like to experience in your creation, creator? So take a breath if you would. And would you kind of sit back on your park bench? And would you just allow yourself to be here? Now, keep your eyes open. We're not going into a meditation space or a trance. Just kind of, would you relax into yourself, and would you be present? And kind of eyes open, would you be in the center of your head? That's that space right behind your eyes. And would you be right here, right here in this chair? And would you recognize that you're in a room, assuming in your car, some people, not driving, hopefully, but I'm here, and the wall, the tree, the door, the window is over there. I'm not over there, I'm right here. Just another breath. And then one of the really exciting things on this journey, which is a sensation that some people really want but are not having in the body at the moment, is a sensation of community, a sensation of co-creation, cooperation, co-invention. But I'm lonely. So in the 3D space, there's many people keep describing, I'm detached, I'm not engaged, I want. In this space that we're playing right here, there is a sense of engagement that very much overrides that sense of loneliness in the physical body for people. It's part of this next aspect of this journey. You begin to be excited about the turning on of some of these abilities, telepathy, clairvoyance, some of these different abilities to know what you are intending to know. How do I do it? Boom, there's the answer. Do I turn left? Yes. Answer. If noticed, there begins to be an excitement that comes along with knowing what to do. and doing it and having the intended result. You see, this has always been there, but it's been somewhat clouded by what we'll just keep calling these shadows. Now, another breath. I'm just setting up this kind of leap. Oh, it's a leap, and yet you're just going to find yourself there, and you go, well, when are we going to leap? Oh, well, you already did. That's the hysterically funny part about how this creation works. I'm ready. And then you find yourself already there. Very amusing. Another breath, if you would. And would you right here be aware of your crown chakra? Still lies open. And would you be aware of the color sky blue? And would you just intend? It's a magic word right here. Intend, and it happens. There's no work between this intention and the experience. Let me say that part again. There's no work between the intention and the experience. You see, the answer lies exactly where the question is asked. There's no movement. So right here, sky blue, crown chakra, take a breath, and would you recognize that everybody else sitting here and many others that are being the effect of this sky blue are all in the same vibrational field at this moment. Now, what is the experience you would like right here in sky blue? Not in some big set of paragraphs, but just simply in a single word. Joy, ease, laughter, comfortable. What is your contribution to the creation at sky blue? Now, just another breath. And would you notice yourself? There's a shift in your body. There's a shift in your emotion. There's a shift in your intention. And here I am. Now, pointing to a lot of things that are obvious, but the thing about what is obvious, particularly in this multidimensional space we're stepping into, it's obvious, but it's not recognized. It's like if I said, close your eyes and tell me what's in the room you're sitting in. Well, you've been in the room a million times. But can you tell me about what's sitting on the table right now? What's over there in the corner? What's up in that closet? What else is in the room? What color is the rug on the floor? Amazingly, what is obvious is not obvious in many cases. Another breath. So sometimes, as we pointed out last session, you got to move the furniture around. As you keep looking at the same thing over and over. Sometimes you just have to rearrange the furniture. And all of a sudden it becomes, oh, I got it. And see, that's what we're doing right here. The point of awareness that we hold in the third dimensional game where we've grown up and played is really kind of a scattered point. It has lots of interference, lots of thoughts come and go, move us around. There's not a lot of stability in it other than words like safety or what I'm supposed to do, or you follow the rules of the game board of the third dimension. Those all create stability in the game. But what if you could become very precise in asking the question and the answer lies right there? What if you could be very precise in imagining what you wish and you hold out your hand and the apple appears? Now, another breath. Managed. Now, this word managed is interesting because we play in and around it. We direct things, we control things, we worry about things, we put things in their place so that they don't fall out of their place. We create structure that is very rigid, often because this is how it's supposed to be. But one of the things we don't do very well often is revisit what we've created. So when was the last time you looked at your belief system? When was the last time you looked at your list of truths? Well, this is the truth. Well, it may have been the truth, but is it still the truth? Does it still have value for whatever that purpose was before? Now, just another breath. Now, some of you are closing your eyes, perfect. All we're doing right here is shifting from one vibrational field of consciousness to another. It's really pretty simple. And what happens here, it's that space of, yes, I want to go here, I'm getting prepared, and then all of a sudden you find yourself there, is where we're playing. Well, how do you do that? How is it that I can become more intentional about simply taking a breath and having the experience I wish to experience? So we're not controlling, we're not directing, we're not making sure everything is in its place. In a way, see, that's creating the architecture of my life. That's what we've been doing in 3D, the architecture of my life. This is how this all works. Is that the same architecture you want to continue to play in? Would you like to change the architecture? Would you like to have another experience in the architecture? Another breath. We're just kind of leading up to where we're going to play. So would you be on that park bench for a moment, and would you just allow what has just been set in place to just be there? Nothing to do. No response necessary, nothing to think about. In fact, please don't think about it. Just simply go, okay. All we did was just rearrange the furniture a little bit to begin to create a different point of reference to what I want. What I want. Right here, would you be aware of that park bench you're sitting on? And why are you sitting on that park bench? Because it allows me to be where I wish to observe beauty, quiet, well-being. Would you take a moment and just, from the reason you go sit on that park bench, just simply just step out of all that is and be quiet, relax, enjoy myself, observe beauty, find the smile within me. Happy. Now, this field of light that we're playing in, this octave that we've stepped into, it's full of ease. Would you just kind of find this sense of this octave you've been creating, is joy and ease, and there's a buoyancy, a lightness, and it kind of floats up and puts you back on the ground like the wave. There's no edges here. You can take a breath, relax, the sun's bright, the day is warm, the clouds are attractive. Animals are playing on the ground. Raccoon right over there, just a little, two of them right over there. And all we're doing is intentionally aligning the attention point of my intention. Very simple. I wish to be comfortable. So right here, would you just be comfortable? It's not a thinking process. It's a breath to relax. It's an attention point that creates a cohesive field of experience. I say that again. It's an attention point creating a cohesive field of my intention. I wish to be comfortable. I choose to be comfortable. There's no work. Now, right here, look around. There's thousands of people sitting here at Sky Blue, and every one of them has, it's like there's never a repetitive snowflake. Every one of them has defined comfortable, sitting in comfortable, and yet none of them are identical. What an opportunity. How do you do it? How do you do it? That's really interesting how you do it. I think I would like to try that on. Please copy it. It's available. It's there for creation. It's not owned. It's there for creation. Another breath. Relaxed, comfortable. Now, here's that space, that third dimensional space. There's some stability in it because I get up every day and do similar things every day. My house is here all the time. My car's here all the time. All the pieces of my game are here. Stability. But this one is an interesting one because this one is, here you are, and in real terms, in that space where you are not your body, the body is a component of your creation, but you are not your body. The body is there for your use, experience, creation, play. But right here, if you just take a breath and be right in the center of your head, right behind the eyes, comfortable. We're just playing, nothing serious about this. Relaxed. Nothing to do, nothing to accomplish, nothing to fix, nothing broke. I like me. Just bring yourself to that center of your head. I like me. Concept of feeling. Would you be aware, without doing anything, of being grounded? Grounded. I'm just sitting in a chair. I'm connected to the chair. The chair is connected to the earth. I'm one with the earth. What? Just a breath, no work. I'm connected. I'm grounded. Nothing to do but observe that you already are grounded. And just a quiet breath and noticing yourself. Now, just kind of also notice I'm not where I was a few moments ago, wherever that was, moving to this alignment. We're rearranging the furniture. Right here, we're creating a new reference point, a new, let's call it a point of singularity, a point where everything comes to me. I exist right here. I exist. And this is where I am, right here. Keep it simple. Comfortable, light, park bench, nice day, blue sky. Temperature is comfortable. There's a light breeze. People are over there. Children are laughing. I like me. Just kind of find that alignment, if you would. I like me. Now, if there's any space right here where you say, yes, but, I like me, but, would you just simply recognize the but, whatever that point is, and would you let it be wherever it is? And would you just right here, I like me. Just change the attention from the but to the creation of the feeling, I like me. Center of your head, kind of just look around in your head. But there's going to be a shift right here. I'm going to ask you to bring your attention into the higher mind. Now, higher mind is real simple. It's just kind of up from the center of your head. It's like just go up. It actually sits in the pineal center of the head. Would you bring your attention into the higher mind? Notice there's a shift. It's quiet. There's a focus, a curiosity. There's an infinite amount of space right here, and yet it's very quiet and singular, higher mind. And see, here's the thing, the higher mind, it's up there in the pineal center, but it's very much in this sacred heart that you're sitting here in right now also. Sacred heart. Right on the park bench, sacred heart. Joy, ease, comfortable. And you're the creator and you're the creation. Now, right here, we're playing. This is 100% about you and 100% service to others. But right here, we're playing in this 100% about being conscious of being the creator and the creation, and opening up the tools that allow that to begin to be more conscious for creation. Another breath. And again, would you bring your attention to that octave? And it's very soft, it's buoyant, it's very filled with ease. Would you find the ease? Things flow, there's no restrictions. And this word ease is really very full, deep, big. Would you find ease and joy? Happy, smile, joy, whatever that word means to you. Comfortable. Now, this octave where we're playing really becomes the environment. We're playing in the environment. We're not building the architecture, and we're not really focusing on the landscape of the creation. we're beginning to build the environment. How do I wish to experience myself in the creation that I have the capacity to create as the creator? See, the architecture is going to take care of itself in a manner of speaking, but what do I want with my creation? How do I wish to experience? Everything is available and everything comes to me. And right here in the higher mind, right at the center of the sacred heart, I have choice. Nothing is fixed. Nothing is as it has been. Everything is available to adjust. Now let's play with one of the tools that we've been playing with, this aspect of the fourth aspect of time. Now, for those of you who don't know that reference, just allow it there for a moment. Fourth aspect of time. And we're going to use it in a slightly different capacity. See, this fourth aspect of time, everything becomes neutral, and everything about you forever, before and after, if there was such a thing, is right there. But right here, we're going to begin to just move things aside, not push them off the table, just kind of move them aside. Kind of fresh piece of paper to begin to draw. What would I like to experience? And how would I like to create it? Now, just another breath. And if you're just kind of allowing and playing right here, this energy we're sitting in is very soft, very fluid, very smooth. It's a really wonderful place because this space is full of ease and it's smooth. And so as you begin to move your attention into this newer realm of this new realm, here there's no restriction. It's like watching the octopus, this really big, lovely consciousness. It's able to put itself into the smallest little cracks and just ooze. That's a wonderful word, ooze, right into what it wishes to go and explore. Another breath. And it does it in joy, it does it in excitement, it does it in exploration, possibility. Could you find that sense of exploration, joy, possibility for yourself? Would you just bring your attention right there? I like me. See, all the buts have just been kind of pushed to the side of the table here. And what you're going to find is kind of rearranging the furniture, moving the pieces over there. There's a whole lot of pieces that have come along for the ride, men are speaking, that have just kind of been here in the way. And yet I make decisions because they're there. Right here. All of that is over there. It's over there to be chosen from. There's lots of really wonderful pieces that are of your creation to this point sitting over there. And right here in the center point of myself, right here, higher mind, ease, joy, sitting on the park bench. I like me. Without any effort, what would I like? I would like to create a lovely meal on the beach, on my back porch where we created last week, looking down over the edge at the lagoon where the dolphins and the whales, right over there. You see that? See, would you notice you did see that? Or patio in the back of the house with the Swiss Alps, all that beauty. You see that. That's that clairvoyance. That's that construct. But right here, rather than it be there, would you like it to be right here? Right here. Would you be on one of those two little patios right here, looking at the Alps, looking over the edge at the little lagoon, the port of the ocean, dolphins, whales, joy. Now we do take a breath. It's not going to where they are. It's creating for yourself. It's simply bringing that to you. Another breath. Alps, snow, beautiful green meadows all through those fields and valleys. Now notice if you're seeing it there or you are sitting with it surrounding you. Would you just simply begin to have the concepts? It is here. My creation is right here. There's an excitement if you just allow yourself to recognize. See, here we just pushed everything over onto the edge of the table. There is no restrictions, no rules, no this is how it is. In this new layer of light, as the shadows move away, the ability to create. Another breath. Now, just sit back for a moment, if you would, and just like one or two breaths, and just kind of really notice the inhale and the exhale, and then repeat 1, 2, 3 times. Notice you're sitting in a chair. Notice you're conscious. Notice I like me. Now, I like me is not oh, wouldn't that be nice? And like me is I like me. You see, that's a construct of this new experience without limitations. I like me. Now, one more breath, if you would. In the last session, we played with creating and becoming conscious of these two counter-rotating spheres of light around the body. So would you just with the next in-breath, and then would you exhale outward 360 degrees. And we're just going to kind of set this for play space, like 5 feet on one side, 5 feet on the other side, above, below, kind of a sphere of light that you see or you feel, but there's two counter-rotating fields of light. Now, just kind of, you don't have it spin. You'll notice one, or you'll have a sensation of one going to the left. You'll have bring your attention to the one going to the right. It's an awareness. If you bring your attention into the spin, there's a sensation. There's nothing significant about, you don't need to know what this is, why it is. Although this is a gyroscopic system that allows the ability to explore in balance and a lot of other things. Would you allow it to just simply come into equilibrium? And would you recognize you're right at the center of this gyroscopic balance? Oh, don't think too much. Just kind of be amused with yourself. You see, this level of balance begins to allow a lot of other aspects of you to turn on. Turn on. We've already moved all the mom, dad, teacher, minister over there that said, you can't do this. That's not how it works. Don't do this. Bad for you. Especially if you really got into it, you're crazy. But maybe they didn't know what they were talking about. Can you allow that to be the case? They simply did the best they can with what they had, and they didn't know you. Another breath, another reference to this park bench you're sitting on, or this back patio that's looking at those Alps. Really, really beautiful. Dolphins jumping over there. Kind of feel it, the joy and the beauty and the smile in the heart. And that smile in the heart, would you just be aware of it? And right there within that smile, in the heart, there's a flame of light. This is the you and the Creator are one. Right there. Many of you have done this next exercise, and many of you haven't. Perfectly good. We're doing it in another configuration of energy than it's been done before. So allow it to be an add-on to your experience. But right here in this sense of being in the sacred heart, in that quiet, comfortable sense of being, this is who I am. Would you give attention to that flame? And would you simply instruct it or direct it, manage it? You are the creator being creating. And with the next breath, would you intend it to begin to move from the heart, illuminating and rising up into the pineal center of the head, that space where the higher mind resides. It's just a breath. It's a joy. And if you're playful, you have a sensation of something happening, and the head begins to kind of have a sensation. I guess that's the easy word. There's an opening, if you notice. It's like, whoa, I just got a little more alert. That higher mind begins to be engaged in an expanded capacity as this flame in the pineal begins to activate or expand. And that counter-rotating field around the body may begin to go into another cycle. That's not correct. Into an expanded opportunity of consciousness. And there's a sensation around the head for many of you at this point. There's kind of that doming electromagnetic field. that expands right here. And as this flame ignites in his higher mind, begins to expand, open up to possibilities in this new field, there is an opportunity to turn on the Eye of Horus. Eye of Horus. For some of you who are not familiar with that term in this context, the Eye of Horus is a center, and it's a connection between the pineal center, the sixth chakra, and the seventh chakra. And right here, would you intend to activate that, to create that alignment? If that's something you've never done consciously, would you simply intend to activate this center? Those of you who have been playing in that, would you intend to bring this light in the pineal gland into an expanded illumination? And as you do this, you may find feelings of strength, certainty, a sense of command, not as power, it's just simply, this is who I am, begins to be more present. And that Eye of Horus, you see, this is where all of those psychic abilities, those spiritual abilities, the clairvoyance, clairsentience, they all function from here. Oh, they're located in different chakras, and there are different configurations to utilize them. But as this Eye of Horus is activated at this level, there is a knowingness that begins to happen. It's not so much, oh, I saw it, I heard it, I felt it. It's I know. Very exciting. I know. I am aware. I am conscious. And just in breath and out breath and pleased with myself. I like me. Just kind of stay aligned with that permission to allow yourself to like you. Now, right here where we're playing, this is being activated on lots of levels. It doesn't matter whether you've heard this 100 times or this is the first time. Right there is where you and this meets and then takes the next step. I like me. And would you sit back here for a moment? Would you have a sense of seniority? Seniority, wonderful word. This is who I am. It's not negotiable. It's not discussable. It's just, this is who I am. It's an awareness that is beginning to be illuminated. And I like me. You see here in this assembly with everything over there on the side of the table that used to be part of the consideration of defining who I am, though that's no longer here. We've kind of rearranged the furniture, manner of speaking. And the interesting thing about this fourth aspect of time is you begin to reassemble and move the pieces around and step into this next aspect of the octave in this field of light. Everything that doesn't resonate here doesn't reassemble when you stand up and walk away. You see, in other words, you at this center point of the circle, your circle right here, this is me, right in that center of the Sacred Heart, begins to have the capacity to create the environment you wish to experience. See, and it's the environment, if you think about it, it's like, wow, I have this house and it's got the Alps in the back and the dolphins in the front, and it's full of light and it's furnished exactly the way I want to furnish it, and it's beautiful. And I'm happy. I have what I want. And lots of windows, and I'm happy. I'm comfortable. Kind of sit in the living room of that house, if you would, whatever your house is. It's fresh, it's open, it's full. This is my house. This is who I am. Right here where we're playing, enjoy this for a moment and just have this awareness. Everything that's been moved to the side of the table that does not resonate with your house, your place, your beauty, the dolphins over there and the mountains over there and the laughter over here. And we're going to have a dinner party tonight. And my favorite friends that I've forgotten who they are, but they're all showing up and we're going to laugh. That's all that reconfigures when you open your eyes. Everything about what has been that does not fit does not reappear in this new realm of consciousness that is being created. New realm. And what about all those people who want to see your house? It's like, whoa, we heard about your house. Can we just, we don't want to trample all over it. We want to see what you created. Because we want to create what we want to create, but we want to know how you did it. How did you do it? They're going to say 1 by 1 and 10 by 10 and thousands by thousands. How did you do it? And you're going to say, I just pretended and it happened. I just imagined, I intended, and I brought my attention to what I intended. And I felt the environment of my creation, and the architecture came into being perfectly, and the landscape, oh, it's really spectacular here. Come and look at these mountains. See, all you're feeling is your creation. I like me. Just kind of sit back, and would you really find the sensation of that smile? I'm pleased with me. Would you remember a time you created something and it worked, and you were successful and you smiled and it was like, oh, yes, this is it. This worked. Would you just remember the feeling, recreate the feeling, allow the feeling? It didn't go away. It's right there to just bring your attention to, this is a really cool creation. I like me. Yeah. Yeah. Here's another piece of this. It's kind of the part of the stuff that's over there on the side of the table is right here. Just really find that feeling And one of the really interesting pieces is if you would just allow this as a concept, you can't go back. You can't go back. There is no back. There is no there anymore. It's as that step on the ladder doesn't exist anymore. Right here, if you will allow that possibility, is there going to be noise over the next, walking away from this moment? Yes, there'll be noise over there. There's noise over there. 99% of it has nothing to do with you, but it's noise over there. Right here, though, right here, you don't go back. Just look at those Alps again. Watch those dolphins again. Whatever that point of awareness is that brought the smile, would you simply recognize that's the holding out your hand and the apple is beginning to appear? There's no but here unless you wish to create the but, and then what you're going to do is have trouble because there's no but there any longer to find most of what you would have in the past gone back to. In this hour, you are not what you were an hour ago. Whatever that was, doesn't matter. Right here, I really like those Alps. And the sky's blue, and the weather's warm, and there's a light breeze, and there are children laughing. And I'm sitting on my park bench, experiencing my creations. Well, 100% for me. I'm enjoying me. I'm giving to me. I'm having for me. And the really fascinating part is you love you. Everybody begins to see those Alps, the dolphins jumping. They don't know how they're seeing them. They're beginning to see them. And see, we'll talk more about this in another moment. But one of the things that's turning on in that eye of Horus, those psychic spiritual abilities, is very specific. Oh, well, they're all turning on, but one in particular here where we're interested in this creating this new realm is telepathy. Telepathy. You see, that's that space where you know what people are going to say ahead of time, or that space where you're able to kind of think a direction and move people in that direction. But there's another series of bandwidths in that frequency range that basically begins to create a harmonic, coherent field of awareness. It's an coherent. It's an aspect of love, joy, appreciation, and it basically says, hello, I remember, you remember. And that's vibration in that telepathic vibrational field. As you like, you enjoy, you sit and appreciate your backyard. In this bandwidth that's being amplified, all on the planet and others in 3D are beginning to remember, beginning to know themselves in an aspect that maybe they can't have in the fullness. They're sitting in Gaza in a war zone that is horrifically terrible, and they're beginning to have this inkling because of you. But isn't that what we've said all along? 100% for me, 100% service to. It's simply beginning to hold this level of joy, excitement, creativity. Whoa, that's really beautiful. I didn't know that was going to happen, and makes yourself laugh. That's the resonant vibration in the telepathic bandwidth that is now opening. You, like you, they are beginning to allow something to happen. See, we've been saying this for a long time. You are the light on the candlestick that lights the room. Is that a responsibility? No. Is it a problem? No. Is it hard? No. I like me. I like me. Is there any work to do? No. No, just sit in the backyard, look at the Alps. Some of you need a new couch in the living room, but you can figure that out. Another breath. Now, would you just be quiet for a moment, liking you, noticing that you're sitting right in the center point, conscious and aware, just for a moment. And would you have one more in breath? And with the next out breath, would you realize that out breath is the vibrational breath that is being heard through the telepathic channels? Just simply breathing into and owning yourself, one with source, and then exhaling out, and another breath in. Everything exists in this counter-rotating field of light that surrounds you. Everything exists within this field. I like me. Strength, a certainty, a sense of joy. Now, without changing anything, would you also just simply be aware, sitting in a chair, in a room, and I'm sitting on the back porch, watching the dolphins, watching the Alps. Nothing changes. It just simply begins to be aware, I am here, and this is what I'm bringing into my awareness to experience. Pleased with myself. I like me. Can you feel it and make it the vibration that you go to as your reference point to observe what's in front of you, to engage in your daily walking around space? Another breath. Maybe notice if you have toes at the end of your feet. Can you wiggle your nose without falling off the edge into the lagoon with the dolphins? Or maybe you'd like to. Swimming with the dolphins is an adventure. Another breath. would you find the alignment of yourself that you would like to simply hold as you open your eyes over the next minute. It's not opening your eyes and now I'm in a room. It's opening your eyes and I am where I have been for the last hour. You begin to create the reality from this experience that you are creating, the environment you are creating your experience in, not the experience of the physical constructs of the game of 3D. So another breath. I like me. When you begin to bring your eyes open, if you allow it, this space of the Eye of Horus is going to begin to provide you nuance. It's going to begin to provide you, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I never thought of that. Awareness that, when allowed, will begin to grow in itself. So over the period of time between now and we meet again next month, play here often, and we will build upon this over the coming months. So with that, go have yourself a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Enjoy the Alps, swim with the dolphins, and some of you who are extra adventurous, jump off the cliff and fly. Blessings. We will play again.